Knowing that not only Conrad, but also Jeremiah will end up in Paris soon makes me even happier. So let's talk about it. As you all know, Belly is in Paris now, and this means we are officially entering into the Emily in Paris's delusional territory. I don't know what it is about Paris, but whenever an American show ends up there, things go off the rails. So much so that someone might easily think we are watching a dream or something rather than the real life. And when I say dream, I don't necessarily refer to a good dream. In fact, it can easily turn into a nightmare. But even that is so abrupt that it is very difficult to believe it can be real life. Like, you need to shut your mind down completely to even relate to you main character. I don't know about you guys, but that's exactly how I felt watching Belly in Paris. First of all, I need to applaud her for not missing her flight to speak with Conrad. Like, girl, you need to be alone, at least for a bit. Trust me, Belly will start working at a restaurant and build a life for herself in Paris. We all saw how she was inspired by the reconstruction of Notre Dame, and now it is time to reconstruct herself. And of course, that group of friends that she made on the first day of moving there will be there for her all the time, which is crazy to me. Like, not only the many Parisians are not exactly known for their friendly attitudes, no shade, but also how come you can be that lucky? You know what I mean? Like, we watched this girl jumping from one hot brother to other for years. And yet, this is the only thing that I ever felt genuinely jealous of her. In episode 10, we will see her trying to get over the Fishers and be a true Parisian with a cool friend group. In the meantime, Taylor will get in touch with her, and they will decide that it would be nice to get her over to Paris for a small trip. They will have the time of their lives, and Taylor will realize that Belly is now a true Parisian. She will even return to the US and let the Fisher boys know that Belly has truly moved on. The thing is, though, one day the French guy will want to kiss Belly, and at that point, she will realize that she is not over Conrad. Yes, she loves her life here. Yes, she can pretend all day long that nothing bad has happened. But this is not the truth. Deep down, she still craves for Conrad, and she cannot help feeling this way. By the way, as you can see from the breakdown of the events, we will get massive time jumps in the next episode, visiting important events in Belly's life in the upcoming month. You'll enjoy it. However, my dear Belly, you lost me a bit when you jumped up to a place based on a single phone call with a school personal. I mean, anyone who went to any Erasmus program or any study programs abroad would know that not only getting accepted to a school is a big deal, but also it requires billions of documents. So, I'm truly shocked how confident Belly was flying across the world only a few hours after her failed wedding. Honestly, it is kind of impressive to be that confident, and I kind of admire that. Unfortunately, the school made a silly mistake, and turns out they won't be able to accept Belly to the program. On top of this disappointment, when eating her lunch, she leaves her backpack on the table, and of course someone steals it. I mean, Belly, my dear, I get that this is your first time abroad, but come on now. Because, as we know from the books, it actually takes years for Belly to end up with Conrad after she moved abroad. And since we are left with only a couple of episodes, we need to speed up this complex storyline. Also, if you have been keeping up with the Summer I Turned Pretty fandom online, you might have seen the posts that people have seen not only Conrad, but also Jeremiah in Paris last year, when this season was being filmed. Do you know what this means? This means that Belly will get Conrad's first letter in the next episode, months after her move to Paris. And as she refuses to answer him, Conrad will be forced to come to Paris to take her back. I know, it is very much Sex and the City coded, but as I said in the beginning, you are an adult. You are about to be married, for God's sake. So, how come you can be so irresponsible for your belongings in a country that you know no one? Seriously, like, even Emily in Paris wouldn't do that. That's all I'm going to say. Then she ends up in basically the shithole of Paris, with an attempt to secure her bag, which, again, is a very bold move. She even attacks a guy. And I mean, even though I respect her rage a lot, I think we can also acknowledge that this was a very risky move on her part. Plus, it seems like while acting this way, she got out from everything without any harm or so. Instead, she made new friends, and even a potential new boyfriend. Like, that French guy was utterly impressed with her. And if you watch the final trailer, you know that there will be something romantic between the two pretty soon. Gonna lie, I still feel very much bad for both brothers and hope to see them reconcile as soon as possible. But after all these drama, it is very difficult for me to imagine how they will end up reconciling to this level. Let me know how you imagine to see them come together as brothers, and be supportive of each other again. Also, let me know if you still want Belly to end up with Conrad after all these. For more weekly updates, analysis, and discussions on The Summer I Turned Pretty, make sure to like and follow. Meanwhile, the video on the screen might also interest you. Shows love to romanticize Paris. So, it is what it is. The interesting thing, though, is the fact that Jeremiah will come with Conrad, basically letting Belly know that she has his blessing to be with Conrad. And I don't know about you guys, but this is completely crazy to me. This means that Mr. Fisher's advice will work out, as Conrad will give Jeremiah the space he needs, to the point of him forgiving Conrad, and even supporting his romance with Belly. I mean, not